Hey folks, welcome back to our newest Pokemon Black and White 2 Wi-Fi Bell. As always, now, today I've decided, this guy was looking for underuse, I was mostly looking for NU, so I was like, can I bring NU to OU? To Onion, yeah, Onion tier, let's go. But he was like, sure, and that's something that you gotta admire when people actually allow you to use lower tier against higher tier, because majority are just gonna disconnect on you, but just the fear of actually getting destroyed by them, that's majority's problem nowadays. But they forget this is just game. Let's go, let's do this. Anyways, I'm gonna go for the T-Wave. He's gonna go for the Focus Blast, predicting me to switch out to Carcosta, expecting the Recreate. On the next turn, he's gonna Thunder, I guess again, expecting me to switch out because I did Rain Dance, so now his Recreate isn't all that strong. And seeing that he's most likely not gonna Recreate again, I'm gonna switch out to Seaking. Seaking can probably do his job, so we're just gonna go for the Waterfall. He's gonna switch out to Gardevoir. I guess expecting the special attack raise, he was mostly thinking that I'm a special Seaking, which kind of makes sense because when you get a Lightning Rod, you have a lot of special attack to begin with. And Gardevoir was most likely a heal builder, so trying to support Victini's paralyzation heal, but that was not the case. Anyway, Suicune comes in after his Gardevoir gets destroyed by Waterfall. Seeking doing work, of course. I will need to switch out the King and switch out to Man. He's gonna go for Aqua Ring. Aqua Ring on everything else, yeah, in majority of times it doesn't work, but on Suicune, think about it. Lefties and Aqua Ring on Suicune, that thing is bulky on its own, and nowadays Rest just isn't all that reliable without Sleep Talk, and then you kinda, well actually with Aqua Ring you do kinda cripple your movesets in general, but you can probably run full offense, which I'm guessing this guy is not running. He's got Air Slash, I guess for grass type Pokemon, but then yeah, Ice Beam is a better choice. I don't know, it's a little bit gimmicky, I guess. In some situations it can work, for example Ludicolo, which tends to 4-time resist the water, and Ice Beam only does neutral and it's unstabbed, so I guess in that case Air Slash can do more, not to mention it can get a flinch if your Pokemon cannot speed, but Mantine can probably handle Suicune on its own, so I'm keep on proceeding to do the same. Toxic, Confuse Ray, and get some damage in there. Trying to bank on flinch, trying to bank on confusion hit, but this is something interesting I must admit. Nowadays, I don't see a single confusion hit when I use it. Like, people are so lucky with this. Confusion should be a flip coin, but they always get heads. Always. They don't hit themselves, not even once. They would have rather hit themselves if they get like outrage or something, but on Confuse Ray, when you kind of rely on it, especially with the flinch and poison support, it didn't work out. Now he does make a great move, switching out to Rhydon, expect me to go for Air Slash. I was kind of very close to go for the Surf, to be perfectly honest, but at the end of the day I was like, you know what, Rhydon can come in, it's fine. Volbeat, of course, being a Deathfire for the greater good of our team's purpose, getting up the rain, superiority, and then kind of go to Ludicolo as soon as possible so you can get some domination going. In this case, I'm just gonna go for Giga Drain. No reason to really predict too much. Yeah, I do have Hydro Pump, but the reasoning of missing on that move is the reason I switch out. Release your Waterfall and obliterate everything inside. This thing is strong. I'm actually running Jolly, which kind of surprised me that actually one-shot the Gardevoir, because again, can't expect special defensive, but those tend to run some HP investment. But then again, I guess that's because I'm not too comfortable with Life Orbs. You guys don't see me running Life Orb all that much, and that's kind of true. I don't really run Life Orb that often, so I'm not too familiar with them once I use them, and I tend to underestimate their boost in general when they're held by right Pokemon. So in this case I do go for the Waterfall, kind of banking on the flinch, and not to mention, not really banking on the flinch, but there is nothing he can do outside of burning me. And with the rain I guess he can do some damage, but I'm gonna switch out to Ludicolo. I wanna take this Pokemon as an opportunity. Don't get me wrong, I could have stayed in with Seaking and handled this Pokemon and get another kill with it, but then rain is down and I want to take this Suicune as an opportunity to put up the final rain dance. This guy has got the rock that's gonna make the rain's durability even longer now, and we're talking about madness. So I want to be faster than his Flygon. That can just be possibly Choice Scarf, but then again I do have Pokemon that can easily outspeed it afterwards. This team is quite fast under rain, quite slow when there is no rain up, so I need to have a Pokemon that I can appropriately set up my rain on, and that was his Seaking. So Hydro Pump away, really hope I'm not gonna miss. Bam, his Magus goes down flat, clean, take it out. Very impressive Ludicolo's part. His Magus tends to be quite decently specially defensive, but then this is in the end still very offensive Ludicolo, but I'm not running Life Orb. Anyways, Ice Beam away. Even if he is running a heavy investment, Ludicolo can easily outspeed it. So that's gonna be the game for today. Hope you guys have enjoyed. A very fast match, not the greatest match out there, but I've enjoyed enough, and I was like, you know what, Seaking did some work, and you know that alone should be worth uploading and checking it out, I guess. But still, not the greatest match out there. Anyways, guys, hope you enjoyed. Like if you did, thank you very much for your continuous support. Appreciate it very much. Keep it up, and yeah, more lower tier against higher tier coming up soon. Until next time, guys, peace out.